What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. We are coming to you live on December 28th, 2025. Your Boston Celtics are currently 19-11 and in third place in the Eastern Conference. Guys, how are we doing these holidays? First of all, Merry Christmas out there. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. And everything else. But guys, how are you?
The holiday season, but it's over for us. It's just, at least for my family, the holiday seasons are over. And the stress is over, which is good.
Jacob, what'd you get for Christmas? How was your holidays?
I got a ticket to a late Celtics game, so that's cool, and a Kindle to read on. Oh, and I got a Larry Bird book, so that'd be cool. But yeah, the Celtics game's late in the season. I want to try to do another game too. It'll be interesting. It's like the last week though, so I wonder if what the team will be like. Sometimes we play it through the finish though. It could be a year where we play through the finish, or Tatum at least is like doing some warming up to end the year. Like, and will play in a minute. Like, I probably will see Tatum if I'm in the last stretch, which is kind of cool to think about.
That's sick.
Kind of buying for that purpose, because I think he will come back at some point this year. And if he does, the last week, he'll definitely be at least like stretching his legs. That's for sure.
Who's it against?
The Pelicans. I think it's literally like the end of the season. But
wow.
yeah, I'm excited for the Pelicans. Hopefully they still are rolling their rookies out and they don't I think they'll be losing enough to where they don't need, by the end of the year, that they don't need to tank that hard. Maybe Dirk. I want to watch Derek Queen, so that'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Derek Queen's pretty sick. He's the new Jokic. new Jokic spawn.
Did we lose? No, we destroyed the Pelicans when we played them already.
Yeah, I can't remember if we destroyed, but I think we didn't. I mean, that would have been a disappointing loss, that's for sure.
Yeah,
we would have remembered that loss, that's for sure.
Can
you remember? Can you remember our losses? It was 2 to Philly, 1 to Utah,
1 to the Nets,
1 to the Nets.
Lost to the.
Did we lose to the Wizards?
No, we didn't lose to the Wizards.
Lost to the Pistons twice.
Lost to the Knicks.
The Wizards tried to lose to us, and remember?
Oh
yeah, we won, but it felt like they allowed us to come back.
Yeah,
but the Jazz beat the Spurs last night, which is one of our worst L's. So
yeah, the Jazz just like straight up kind of good.
Yeah,
they're just kind of good.
That's the thing about tanking the NBA is, like, as much as we talk about it, the players don't tank. It's like the organization might want to, but these players are not going to like spoil their opportunity, the few year contract they have to prove that they belong in the league. They're not going to be like playing around for the team to get a good draft pick. Like, these players are going to go hard. So
yeah, I mean, Michael Porter Jr. is playing so well that he's playing himself out of Brooklyn, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, like, He ain't tanking. Definitely not. He's putting them up. But yeah, I mean, there's just too much talent to tank. Even the Wizards. I was pretty heavy that they were going to go over their win total. That ain't going to happen. I was wrong, but like, I still think they could. There's just enough talent there where I could talk myself into. I mean, I don't think they're the worst team in the league. Maybe they are. Who's the worst team in the league?
Probably the Wizards.
I
can't think of anybody else that's even close. Like, I mean, I guess maybe you could say the Nets.
Like,
I think the Nets are worse, but Michael Porter Jr. is playing well.
And Danny Wolf is kind of an intriguing guy now. He's been doing well since he started playing more. I've been watching a lot of.
Can I interest you in one Charlotte Hornets? No, they're still too good too.
Claxton too on the Nets.
Dude, Con looks like an early Klay Thompson right now. So they're with him and LaMelo and everything else they got.
He's
they'll probably be playing the Hornets.
He's shooting like 6 3-pointers a game, which I think is like one of the most ever in a rookie season.
I mean, under the radar, one of the worst teams in the league is the Cleveland Cavaliers, but nobody wants to talk about that.
I mean, the Pacers, they're not great either. They're not good. I mean, they gave us a heart attack in the first game, but in the second game, it really kind of exposed who they were. It's just Pascal Siakam and a bunch of guys that don't fit. Yeah, like I don't know. I think I'd rather take the Wizards over the Pacers. It's hard to argue.
I don't know. I mean, the tires will come back at least. The other team doesn't have any excuse, but with the the Pacers, are they like the Commanders of the NBA, where it's like the team had such hope last year and now they're just like one of the worst teams in the league? That must suck. Like, I cannot imagine as a fan base going from the finals to nothing. Like, at least this year we've like really exceeded expectations. But like being a Pacers fan, it must be depressing this year because they love basketball too.
It is sort of similar scenarios too. Like their star player is always hurt, and they were on such a heater last year. And now it's like this team is very broken, and your star is like, who knows what he's going to be going forward. He's already had injuries. Like he's a skinny dude. He's electric, but he's skinny, and he has injuries, and they've mopped it up already. And they played him a lot this year when they probably shouldn't have.
No. Yeah. And they're both were like magical runs too. I feel like Daniels is at the same like thing where like a lot of them were comebacks and like crazy games down the stretch to get to the through the end of the season, and then the playoffs too. It felt like magical almost in the same way the Pacers did too, where it's like the one guy's taken out and the whole magic feels like it was sucked out of it at the same time as well. Like all the energy and all that. Like I don't know how they're not. I don't understand how the Pacers aren't decent though in the way that we are this year. Because it didn't seem like it was all Tyrese. Like that's really confusing, honestly. Like they should still be this fast, high energy team. I don't understand why they're winning. Tyrese is very good, but I don't understand why they can't rebound, like recover like we did at least. Like because we lost way more than them too. To be fair.
I mean, it's just the style.
But we also have Jaylen Brown still here. Though.
Yeah,
so
that's fair too.
But they have Pascal, but that's why I think they're in a sort of a tough spot, even when Tyrese does come back, because it's like, all right, we went on a heater last year, but it was there was no dragons for us to slay really, besides the Knicks, I guess, and they did that. But is that going to be good enough going forward with the Celtics team, with Cleveland, with Detroit now in the scene? Is that going to be good enough going forward? And I think you're sort of seeing that it probably isn't. I don't know. Siakam was like a top 30 guy last year. Now I don't know if he's top 30.
Yeah, because he was like the dude through the playoffs that consistently scored for them. Didn't he win the Eastern Conference MVP? And he was definitely deserving too. I think that was
he's like
case,
a walking
right?
double-double, I think, there for a bit during the last year's regular season. Like he was electric for them.
Also, I forgot that Miles Turner also got did leave as well. That definitely does
addition by subtraction though.
Yeah, but they got Aubrey Huff, like, which is just like he doesn't shoot the ball. They don't have anybody that does what Miles Turner did, which is like that size and can shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay.
Where's Obi Toppin been? Have I just missed him?
He's been injured. I don't know. I haven't followed them exactly because they've been kind of sad. But I saw in a high, like something happened the other night when we were playing. Like he was on the bench with Tyrese reacting and stuff whenever we did stuff. But yeah, I haven't really been following. But he was so crucial last year through the playoff run as well. He was like almost like a wayward, like Aaron Gordon's so good at his role, but he was like a lesser version of Aaron Gordon. It felt like last year.
Yeah, like he did everything Aaron Gordon, which is like rim running defense, big body, and stretches the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he was only averaging 4. He's 14-7. Trying to look at his stats. How many games? Obi Toppin. No, he's only played 3 games. That explains it. Yeah, man. It's like I just don't think the Pacers are in a bit of a tough spot because they're locked in with Siakam, and I don't know if there might be a year or two away from when Halliburton comes back next season before they actually are like back.
Yeah. I mean, I think most of what their problem is they never had a secondary creator. Like
Siakam.
Well, I mean, like a playmaker.
For like ball handler
for somebody else. Like they
have TJ McConnell, dude.
Yeah,
he was. You'd laugh, but he was good. He's good.
I know he is.
He's good, but I mean, you can't play him 36 minutes a game and have him create your offense and like set up your offense every time.
He did it perfectly last year. The second unit.
Yeah, he's good. He's like
the second unit guy. He's not. Yeah. He can't be your starter for 36 minutes, like setting up the rest of the team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have anybody that's like breaking down the defense and getting guys open shots. Like TJ McConnell doesn't do that for that team.
You can't have your 1, 2, and 3 guys be McConnell, Nembhard, and Mathurin like that, and then Siakam is like your best defender out there, and Aubrey or Huff. Like that's just you're putting a lot on those two guys to kind of make up some slack. But it's different when Tyrese is out there because he just they don't have their mojo. They don't have their engine. They're a team without an engine. They were up and down the floor 100 times like a game, and they made you play with them, and they don't do it this year, and they're not good enough to not do that to win in other teams like other ways than just outshooting you and out hustling you.
But Cody, I'd say with what you're saying though, they're kind of doing exactly what they need to do. If you think with Tyrese coming back, they still need more. This is exactly what they should do: is tank the fuck out of. Even though it doesn't seem like they're trying, but to tank. But they're technically. Do they own their pick? If they're on their own pick, they're setting themselves up to do damn well for when Tyrese does come back. If they'd have a top 5 pick or something somehow, that'd be kind of crazy to add to their team.
I actually completely forgot about this, but definitely that makes if they get like Boozer or somebody like to run with it, Halliburton, that like the problem solved, and then you can hopefully get off Siakam. Or I think you're gonna have to take Siakam's contract and break that into like 2 role players.
Would you need to? Because you wouldn't have to pay. I mean, it depends. You could give Siakam a tiny. How much do they pay? Like how long is his contract right now? I was gonna say you could give him like 1 or 2 years after to just whenever the new rookie's contract goes to, basically. Like just kind of just pay Siakam until you have to pay Boozer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Use him to bridge.
Under contract until 27, 28, so 2 more years.
Okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, maybe
your rookie, so that's perfect.
And he's getting paid $52 million, right? Is that right on the max?
Yeah, he's a super max player because he was made All NBA, I think, at some point in his career.
Yeah, he's 30% of the cap.
Can you imagine if that team gets Tyrese back and like AJ?
Mm.
You're pretty fucking filthy, dude.
Slide AJ in for like Benedict Mathurin spot. Like,
I mean, yeah. And then have Nembar be the Peyton Pritchard role.
Have Mathurin and Toppin coming off the bench.
I don't like Matt. I think I've seen enough with Mathurin.
I like Mathurin. I
don't mind him. I think he's got a dog in him.
Yeah.
I think you need a guy like that on that team too. You need some dog.
What does he do great?
I think he'd be like a great player to have if you don't need him to produce that much. Like he was perfect last year, or like you know what I mean. Like if you don't need to rely on him every night, he's perfect because he'll just like go crazy every other night, or like have a I don't know. You know what I mean? He's a streaky player. He's like J.R. Smith, where he'll like win you a game or so. But if you're relying on him to get a steady 15 to 20, then you might be screwed some years. That's for sure.
You're in trouble at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in 21 games, he is 19 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. 19 points a game. I mean, how's the efficiency?
Well, I'm trying to find it.
Because like that's what it comes down to. Because I'm sure you probably could average close to that last year on better efficiency playing with Tyrese.
For the lowest he's ever shot from the field, but it's 43%. And yeah, 36% from 3, which is higher than last year's.
A lot of that's going to be like self-created on this team too. He's like there's not a setup man for this team. So,
but those points are also going to go down.
They could go up too because his efficiency might go up.
I'm trying to. Why is it so hard to see?
They might score 20 points more per game as a team because of the offense getting better. They probably score not much at the moment. Honestly, I just have not watched much Pacers other than when we play them.
Yeah, I mean they're not like appointment television.
No.
It's just like I don't know how much I can take of the Nembar and Mathurin combo for the Pacers. I think like it's one or the other.
Yeah, and I think I had Mathurin or Nemhard winning Most Improved Player this year too. I thought I
think he was like one of the top 5 guys.
Yeah,
both of them might have been top 5 guys.
And workload that they were going to get, I thought that maybe they could that would show, but it hasn't really shown. I don't even know who's leading the league right now for Most Improved Player. I mean, I think it should be Kada, but nobody's going to talk about that.
I mean, I'm with you. We're all Kada guys here.
It's probably Jalen Johnson, but to be honest, he was like doing this kind of last year before he got injured. I saw on Bill Simmons' pod they were talking about it, and they're doing a great. Like, it's really hard with these players that like showed a flash and got injured, and they're just doing exactly what they showed in the flash. It's like, I guess, but he kind of averaged 20 and 10 last year. I guess his passing's up a lot, but kind of averaged 20 and 10 last year before he got injured.
Wow, I don't know why I can't find the odds on DraftKings.
Jalen must be going up. Jalen must be in it now.
I mean, he's getting in the MVP combo. Like, I don't think there's been a player who's had more to ask of him and has succeeded better. Maybe Tyrese.
What has Jalen even got? And he's gone up numbers wise, like six points per game at least, probably like 4 or 5. Because what was he, 24 last year? 25.
Yeah.
He's gone at least up. He's gone up a decent amount, and he's gone up in every stat a little. So, like he kind of has the stats argument that a lot of people have.
So I have the favorite currently is, according to BetMGM, Denny Avdia plus 200. And then Jalen Johnson right underneath him. Austin Reeves, Jalen Duren, Josh Giddey, Keontae, George, Ryan Rollins, and NAW. And then Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, I mean, start of the season, it was plus 1,100 for Mathurin. Now you got plus 6,000, so.
I like NAW's case because he kind of, we'll see how it goes the rest of the year with Trey back, but he definitely like helped the Hawks kind of survive. I mean, they didn't survive that well, but he kind of helped them reshape the identity while Trey was gone. Like, NAW is pretty elite there, and he went from like basically he was someone who got asked way more than he thought. He thought he was just coming in as like a defender and kind of had to generate offense. He's kind of thought he was going to play more of the Timberwolves role off of Trey, but as the person who picked him up in fantasy, he's been fantastic since Trey went down.
What do we think? Do we think the Hawks? You know, I kind of picked them as like my favorite to win the Giannis sweepstakes if it's going to happen. Which who knows? But you don't think it's gonna go through? Like,
I don't know.
What do we think? Should they ride out the string, or should they cash in on Trey?
It seems like that's the plan at least right now. Like it's definitely gotten quiet. And isn't Giannis just going to return, or did he just return? Like it seems like it's Giannis just might be returning, and maybe they're going to tank or something. I have no idea. Maybe they'll tank for a pick, but I don't know. I kind of just want him to be gone. If it's going to happen, I hate the drag out process. That's for sure. Like if he's going to go at the end of the year anyway, please just trade him. Is my opinion.
It's like the guys on Kenny and Shaq and them, whatever it is now. What is it inside the NBA on ESPN?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck knows.
They were talking about Giannis like a night or two ago, and I don't know. Chuck kept saying like, we all know Giannis wants to go to New York, and everybody's like, no, we don't know that. We're like, what makes you say that? He's like, well, he told us. He's like, they were like, no, he never told us. He's like, well, he told me. Like, I don't know if that was like Chuck breaking news, but like, I caught it. I was like, that was weird. I don't know if that was just a Chuckism, but like maybe it is just a thing where he's like, I'm only going to New York, or I'm gonna stay. I don't really want to go anywhere else. I mean, and that's why the Hawks are not. Maybe they're not even taking. Maybe the Bucks aren't taking their calls, which should be crazy to me.
I think that's the best haul you can get is out of Atlanta between Trey, Porzingis, picks, whatever you need.
I mean, if you can get the Spurs, one of the two Spurs, that would be the best return yet. But unlikely to happen. If I'm the Spurs, not. I'm all set.
Yeah, if I'm the Spurs, Keldon, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and Wemby are all untouchable.
Well, listen, if I can keep the three, Dylan Harper, Castle, and Wemby, if I could somehow finagle a deal, everybody else is on the table for Giannis.
Oh, yeah.
You kidding?
Oh, sure. I'm 100% with you. But, I mean, I think I'd even probably put Keldon Johnson in there. I'm not trading him either. I feel like he's important to this team. I think he's young.
Nah, you're smoking crack, dude. You're straight up on the rock. That's crazy. You're not trading Keldon Johnson? That's the deal breaker in the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade, you psycho.
You're going to have De'Aaron Fox and all the picks you want.
Fuck it, if you want Keldon Johnson too, take him.
I would put Keldon Johnson probably in there, but
yeah.
But I mean, like, at the same time, that's still not enough to get Giannis. Like Keldon Johnson, De'Aaron Fox, and picks, like that's not enough to get it done. That's
No, especially when you could have a better offer from the Hawks.
Yeah, or even New York if you wanted to go cat for Giannis.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more like I don't know if I want to do that if I'm the Knicks. I mean, yeah, right, but the way Cat's played, like he's definitely improved his value in terms of like the Giannis sweepstakes being like straight up for straight up, with obviously other shit around it, but I think the Hawks is the most feasible, realistic, and the best haul, the max haul. But
It's like, what the fuck
yeah,
do we know? He's gonna end up in fucking Utah or something.
that would be shitty. That would be really shitty. Unless he gets AJ DeBanza and like unlimited cap space, then maybe we could talk about like what can we bring here now.
I mean, he's back to playing and he's pissed off. Like, they played last night. They were up by like 10 with like a minute to go or like 30 seconds to go. Like, just dribble it out, and he went down and dunked it. Put down like a windmill dunk on a breakaway when they were up 10 or whatever. And nobody was guarding him. And like started some bullshit, and at the media afterwards, pissed off, talking about, oh, we got to be fighting for our lives here. If we don't make the playoffs, half this roster's going to be gone. Like, no, he's pissed off. So
I'd be pissed.
he does not like losing. So if they keep losing and they keep playing like shit, like even with him back, I feel like he's probably going to force Ayan to trade him this year. I don't think that he'll wait.
It's getting to the point where it's like if Giannis keeps staying with the Bucks, I mean, unless something turns around here in the next 10 years, 5 years, unless the Bucks can immediately get back into contention in the next few years, it's going to be like how I talked about it with Embiid with his injuries. Now we're getting to the point where it's like actually kind of a tragedy instead of a triumph story. I mean, it's no matter what, it's a triumph. Joel Embiid was like a poor dude from Cameroon who is a freakish talent and maximized it, but his body failed him. And now we're to the point where like we're getting deprived as NBA fans of a spectacular player. With Giannis, we're getting to the point now where it's not his gameplay that's failed him. I mean, his health has maybe failed him a little bit more. I don't even blame him for that because it's just how he plays ball. It's the malfeasance by the Bucks and the missed opportunities and the breaks of the game where Dame Lillard's Achilles pops when you're trying to contend and all that, and the thing blows up in your face. We're getting to the point now where it's bordering on, if it doesn't turn around, like we're deprived. We're deprived of the best, maybe power forward of all time, playing in games that matter in the NBA, and it sucks. So at this point, I'm like, as a fan, I'm kind of like, I kind of just want to see it shaken up because I don't know how much more of this Bucks experiment like is tenable before I'm pissed and that I missed out or that we're missing out. I don't know. It's food for thought, but it's bordering on that territory to me.
Yeah.
So
and Giannis did give us so much the one year that he did get far too. It was not like he was a kind of a slog through that. He had one of the more entertaining finals performances ever. That when his team did put it together that one year. So yeah, we definitely need some more late year Giannis. That's for sure. He's a playoff riser. He was like playing through crazy his knee like. We thought he was out of the playoffs, and then he was like, "No, I'm actually leveling up." After that, after I like looked like I twisted my knee up against the Hawks, so yeah, we need Giannis in the maybe not even just in the finals, just beyond round one. We need Giannis. That's for sure.
Jokic was gonna kind of, it's never felt as dire to me, but Jokic was kind of bordering on that territory before this year when they pushed chips in. Now he has like a legit team around him.
Mhm.
Last year was miserable as a Jokic fan, I imagine, even though the play has never been better.
It's at least he always gets far. Like he like never really gets out in the first round. At least though, like he at least gets far. Even when his team's in the finals, he's always in East semis or conference finals at least. But yeah, Giannis has kind of gone out like a wet fart the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I said like it must be miserable as a Nuggets fan, but like they take Oklahoma City to 7. So
yeah, that's kind of like
maybe not
us.
that miserable.
Yeah, that's like
pretty
us.
sweet.
We're always competing. Like the Nuggets have kind of been like obviously the rosters kind of sucked, but Jokic has by himself gotten them to the semis or conference finals like every year. They're like how we are. Like we got our one chip, and otherwise we've been in the conference finals or not. Like we're close like every year.
Sustained contention and relevance. Really, then the Bucks have not had that. for
That's
sure.
what happens when you have a heliocentric god.
Yeah. But I mean, the Bucks have that too.
They do. His just play
Not-
style wears on him more. He's like a 7-foot Russell Westbrook out there. Obviously, it's going to be tough on his body.
I mean, you're right, but it's like I think that there's limitations to each's game. Like
Yeah.
Jokic can never do what Giannis does, but Giannis can never do what Jokic does, especially shooting the ball. So, but it's heliocentric in its own right. But it's just one is more but also the Nuggets are a better team. They've just straight up had a better team than the Bucks have the past. Since the Bucks won, really.
You see every night why Jokic lasts long. If you watch a full Jokic game, you'll see a lot of moments where he does a million business decisions all game. Like he's like, oh, do I contest this crazy posterizer, or do I conserve my? He doesn't contest much at the rim because he does the super math mind. He knows that he can last 80 games if he plays the way he's playing. So
his mind's moving at. He can see it before it happens. So
yeah, he's like, oh, whatever. They're gonna get an easy 2 there, but I'm gonna be running up the floor so I can get a quick bet 2 back off. Like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of like I'm gonna seal the center because I know they're about to score, so I'm heading out early. The type of thing. He does that. He was doing that against Rudy so much where he's sealed. Rudy like doesn't know. Rudy is a great interior defender, but in transition, I was noticing he gets sealed so much by Jokic, where Jokic will run in front of him while they're running on transition, and then he just like gets the ball past Rudy. Like I'm just like, come on, Rudy, dude. How are you letting Jokic still do this? Do you get in between Jokic and the basket?
Just to bring it sort of back to the Celtics, I feel like Luka Garza is like an excellent screen and sealer. Like he's just excellent at it. He's just like a brick shit house type of guy. And if he propels his body in front of you, like he's gonna get the board or he's gonna fight you for it and cause a tip out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just stuff that you don't. I don't know. Rudy shouldn't be. He's one of the best defenders to ever play the game. That should not be happening to you, no matter what. But some guys just have the ability.
Yeah,
Jokic, and Hugo.
No, that was a great Garza game
Luka.
last game. That was last game where Garza and Scal was talking about it a lot too. He was it was nice to hear. It was almost like when Romo talks through stuff, but back in the day. Now now no one likes Romo, but when he burst on the scene. But he was kind of like, see, Luke's about to go up and do that, and it's like kind of funny because that's what Brian's role probably was in his little share, was setting some solid ass screens and rolling, but he'd be more pop and stretch, that's for sure.
Screens and fouls, baby.
Yeah, no, Luke was a madman out there. He always looks so exhausted, but like Scott was saying, Joe has these guys on the way they play is like they have to play like that, or they're sitting their ass on the bench. So everyone's just playing like they're about to sit. That's for sure. People go missing on the Celtics. If you notice them have one lackluster performance, they go missing.
I mean, and just to circle it back to other combos we've had on past episodes, Steve, I mean, our guy, Joe Maz, you want to talk about nuts the size of fucking coconuts, dude. Like, he benched his entire starting 5 in the third quarter of a game in which they were losing. Or it was neck and neck against the shitty Pacers, who we just talked about for fucking 3 hours. But like, and he benches them all, and the bench, Hugo plays 36 minutes, leads the team in minutes, and he's just playing like his head's on fire, doing everything, and we end up clawing our way back, and then the starters come back in and, they put the finishing touches on a great comeback victory. I mean, that's going to be a feather in his. Joe Maz is a good coach cap. Like, I mean, if you want to criticize the decision to bench your starters, maybe they would have figured it out, but fine, whatever. The fact that he knows he has every single guy on the roster, like, if you don't perform, you're not playing. Like, every possession is live and die out there. That is a hell of that can't be fun to play against. And it's resulted in a lot of winning here. So, Joe, thoughts on Joe Maz?
I mean, I got him for Coach of the Year this year. I don't understand how I don't know why anybody doesn't have him as Coach of the Year. Like I see JB Bickerstaff's getting more credit for being Coach of the Year this year than him, but it's like that team was poised to make a jump last year. We knew they were going to be good this year, and
they have both their stars, but
yeah, we lose Tatum, we lose 5 of our top 9 guys, and then we come out and we're 3rd in the East, and we're beating the Pistons, and we're beating the Knicks, and we're beating the Cavs. Like, line them up, knock them down. I'm not worried about anybody in the East this year. even without Tatum, I'm not worried about it with anybody in the East. Like, we can play with all of them.
You should be worried about the Knicks, especially the way they're playing.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not
the
worried
Knicks
about the
beat
Knicks.
us last year.
The Knicks are so soft. I'm not worried. You put Hugo on.
The Knicks are anything but soft. They're just they're ugly on offense at times.
You put Hugo on Cat and he can't do anything, and that's like, dude, come on. Like, you're a 7-footer and you can't post up a 19-year-old from Spain. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think that's Cat's fault though. I think Hugo is that dude. I think it's more like Hugo is that dude than
Hugo's a
rather
dog,
than Cat.
man. I love Hugo.
Hugo.
You got a mismatch like that, you better fucking be able to score on it. And he couldn't figure out a way to do that. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, but still, Cat's tearing up everybody else. Like,
Well, I'm not worried about everybody else. I didn't say the Knicks were going to beat everybody else. I said we're going to beat the Knicks. Like, I'm not worried about anybody in the East this year.
Hugo, I'm just going to be like, what's more consistent, the way Cat plays ball regularly, or like Hugo playing like his life is like somebody has his wife hostage? I think one's a little bit more tenable over 82 than the other.
You're right. I think Hugo's probably going to play that way for all 82 compared to Cat.
Listen, he will play that way. I have no doubt he's going to try and play that way when he's out there. It's just like how long. I mean, it was one play he rolled both his ankles on a fucking breakaway layup. He rolled his own shit.
And he came back faster.
He actually didn't even leave the game fully. He came back.
Yeah, he's a madman. I love Hugo.
It's been like crazy.
I think it's either him or Jalen have been the biggest bright spot for the Celtics this year.
Oh, it's going to be Jordan. No?
Jordan, I feel like it goes back and forth between Jordan and Hugo. But Jalen probably overall, but like these guys get little weeks basically where they're like the secondary biggest bright spot, and then overall it's just Jalen. I'd say, yeah.
It feels like it rotates every week though, and that has to be Mazzulla being like, "Listen, you played like shit last week. You got to do this different than that." And these guys are like, "All right."
He's pressing all the right buttons. Like he knows his guys. He knows how to push them in the right direction.
I mean, Minot feels like an afterthought now, and he was legitimately the only bright spot to start the season.
For real. Yeah, I think in the Pacers
game,
didn't Hugo play all the last second half? I don't think he sat, and like I remember thinking like in the last possessions, like he was like fucking playing Pascal Siakam like to the hard, like he was still playing the hardest on the whole floor, and he hadn't sat since halftime. Like he was still like the first one to every ball and going insane the last 3 minutes of that game. I was like, dude, this guy is an energy lord. Like we've not seen someone with this motor ever, I don't think, honestly.
I mean, it feels like, and it's a little bit of a bias because Jalen just does this every night now, but like it feels like Hugo's performance in that first Pacers game was like the performance of the year, of the Celtics' entire year wrapped into one. Like that will be on like the championship DVD if, you know, we get lucky. But still, it's like, but Jaylen Brown's like 30 a night and he's completely dominant scoring the rock. So it's like, that's kind of like, oh, whatever. But Hugo's performance where he plays like a man possessed for legitimately half a game is, that was something to watch. Spectacular stuff.
It's kind of like how, it's like how we talk about Tatum every year, or like how like everyone talks about Jokic. They talk about like the people around Jokic is the reason they might win the year. You know what I mean? Like it's not like once someone's doing something this consistently, you don't really, you know that they just got it, and then you got to focus on the other people around him. Like you don't really, you hear about like, oh, you see Jamal Murray this year, that's why the Nuggets might win. It's never like, oh yeah, Jokic is better than last year. It's just because that's kind of expected. Jalen has the credit of being consistent enough that we don't really talk about him enough anymore, because it's like, oh, he's getting 30 again. Like, but now we got to focus on the role players because they're the ones that have to fill the gaps otherwise. So I feel like we always gotta, we should just start every episode being like, Jalen, amazing, we love you, and then now we're gonna talk about the people that we're not as sure of. That's how Jalen's already getting talked about like that. Honestly, it's awesome.
Yeah, and I wanted to do a whole segment me and Steve were talking about where I ranked like all the best forwards/wings in the league and where Jaylen Brown fits on that list, and it really does hinge on like what you qualify Luka as. And like Jalen's Jalen's the top 3 forward in the league, I think.
Same with
right
Giannis,
now.
Like what's Giannis, man? Like technically,
Giannis is I give him a forward because I don't think he's 7 feet tall. He could be a center.
I know.
I don't know.
But he's not really played center that much, though. Unless they play small, he doesn't regularly play center. He always played with Brook Lopez. Always played with another big. So
he's fucking 7 feet tall, dude. What is that?
I mean, shit, Anthony Davis is about 7 feet tall too. He doesn't want to play center either. Like,
he could just be in a bigs category, not like, you know what I mean? Like if it's guards, wings, bigs, maybe. But then if you include wings, then you're including Luka, definitely. So it's
And
tough.
I was like, well, where's Wemby fall into this? Like, if he's in the, I think the top 10 of that list this year, no doubt. But it's funny you brought up Jokic and you were comparing him to what I ended up figuring out with Jaylen Brown. I was like, but I thought we were just talking about Hugo. I was like, yeah, Hugo Gonzalez is a bit like Jokic. I was like, yeah, they're about the same thing. Like, we can expect this every night. But yeah, Jalen has been fucking fantastic nightly, and it makes me like want to cry how nice it is that we have that guy. Like how lucky we are as like, thank God we're not Indiana fans this year, like where our guy goes down and we are fucked. Like we thought, like I thought this season could go that way. I no longer do, just because I know we're not Jalen. If anybody got me, Jaylen Brown got me with 30 points a night, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
and Joe's
one away from tying Larry Bird's record of 30-point games in a row. He has it at 8. I think the record's 9. So putting himself
crazy.
in elite company.
Crazy we didn't have more than that, honestly. I mean,
I thought Tatum would have done it at some point because Tatum's.
I mean, IT had 29 a year.
Yeah, Tatum averaged 30 for a season. He's the only Celtic to ever do that. So I figured he would have done it at some point, but that's like
there was some 50 burgers in there that might have skewed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was also like, hey, like one night you got 35, the next night you got 29. You know, you're still going to average out to being more than 30 with that, but you didn't get the 30, the big round number that we're going to base everything off of. I always think that's funny when you see like those stats where it's like, you know, this is the only player to ever average 17 points and 6 rebounds and 5 assists while shooting 38% from 3 on 5 or more attempts. It's like, all right, dude, like the more, like Derek White said when they brought that up to him the other day, it's like the more numbers you add to it, the less it means. Like it's the more qualifiers it has, like it's like, all right, who cares at that point?
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Like I said Shea wasn't elite last year at shooting the 3 ball, no matter, despite him winning the MVP. And this year he is, but you hit me with the numbers being like, actually, he's not. And I was like, okay, but it still feels that way. Like his 3-point shot has improved to the point now where it's like knockdown. Anyhow, yeah, there is definitely, you can throw all the numbers you want. It's ultimately the eyeball test, and Jaylen Brown's eyeball test is that this guy is a bad motherfucker. No matter what, he's proven it to me this year. If he hadn't proved it to me before.
Like me and Cody were talking before the podcast, and it was like Shea last year was 32.5, 6 assists and 5 boards. This year, Brown's 29.5, basically 30, and 6 boards and like 4 assists or something like that, or 5 boards and 4 assists. So like he's just behind Shea's MVP numbers last year, and he's just not being talked about that way across the league. And
you said, do you think he's second team All NBA? I said that's a no brainer. You know, he's at the very minimum that is like what would keep him from the first team.
All NBA teams, those are
positionless,
right?
Yeah, I think they are now. Yeah,
their first team's going to be Luka,
Jokic, SGA.
Giannis won't qualify, which I was
going to say Giannis.
Giannis won't qualify. Wemby probably won't qualify either, because like you have to play 20 minutes in the game now for it to count too. So like his minutes restriction games aren't counting towards
Tyrese.
Goals.
Cade probably will if they're the ones.
Tyrese and Cade, I think, are the ones he has to beat out, which is doable in my opinion.
I think Brown could beat Tyrese.
What'd you say, Steve?
I said, are we forgetting anybody? We got to be forgetting somebody.
Brunson.
Oh yeah.
Donovan probably won't get it this year. Donovan was the guy last year, right? Didn't he make first team over Brunson because of their record?
Yeah. We got any fucking guys that are killing it on dog shit teams this year? Like Roy Markkinen. I don't think he's making first team, but he's killing it though. He might make third team.
They'd probably campaign for a Rocket to get in there, but I don't think. I
was gonna say like Kevin Durant.
Shangoon.
Yeah, their scoring's kind of spread out. Like I don't. They're all kind of like mid to low 20s, I believe. So I don't know if they'd have the numbers to support it, but their record in offense will be crazy.
The Western Conference playoffs are going to be like elite NBA fan shit. Like if you love hoop, it's going to be like elevated level of hoop, way better than the Eastern Conference, which like every game's going to be a sloppy knockdown drag out fight. But the West is going to be like, you're going to see some real high caliber ball from the coaching all the way down through the players. Like you got, I mean, just the Rockets. I think the Rockets could beat anybody on a given night. Like they could win a 7-game series against any of these teams. They can. They just straight up can. Oklahoma City can, obviously. Denver obviously can. And then you got the Spurs, who are just like, yeah, we've actually dethroned the champs, like in the regular season in games that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
wow, Wemby's on a minutes restriction in the last 2 games too.
Yeah, and then you got the fucking Lakers, who are like, you know, if both our guys are going, we have a chance. You know,
you got a 3-headed monster this year with Austin Reeves too. Austin Reeves is killing. He's averaging 29 a game.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't thinking about Austin Reeves averaging 29 a game. That's fucking crazy.
Shaq's at the most. I think Shaq's at the. Somebody said on that Inside ESPN or whatever the fuck Inside NBA that I think Shaq's the most important player on the team is DeAndre Ayton. And like, it sounds insane. It's insane. It's an insane take, right? Obviously, if you phrase it that way, but it's kind of not wrong.
I would say the X factor is DeAndre Ayton. I wouldn't say he's the most important player because if Luka Doncic scores 15 points a night, then like DeAndre Ayton can do whatever the fuck he wants. They're not going to win anything.
But Shaq's argument was cogent, where it's just like, you know what LeBron's going to give you, you know what Luka's going to give you every night. It's just like we're on the fringes when it comes time to compete against the cream of the crop. What guys on the fringes can beat the other bench players? And I mean, Ayton's a starter, but he is like legitimately their only center.
I see the argument for sure, but I mean, you just can't argue the most important. You can argue like the X factor. But
the phrasing was all wrong.
Yeah,
all wrong. But the take was sound.
It is.
I got Sengun's numbers right here. He's definitely at least second team. He's like 22 and a half, 9.5 boards, and about 7 assists a game.
Yeah.
That's pretty solidly second team, at least, I think, in my opinion. I don't think he's up there with Brown, but I mean, 7 assists a game that's impressive for your center to be doing that. As fucking Jokic is averaging 11.
And I know Jalen Brunson, he's really cooking, and he's shot his way back into the MVP race, and he is elite at scoring the rock for sure. But like, I don't know, he's not a better player than Jaylen Brown.
I don't think so either. I think that you're looking at two sides of the ball. Like, you know, like you got to play defense too, and like Jalen Brunson is just not a defender.
I mean, I wouldn't even say he's been as good of a scorer as Jaylen Brown. I mean,
really, you think the numbers are back that up?
Probably not, but I feel it's another one of those things where I feel it because I've watched a lot of both of these teams, and I genuinely believe that like Jaylen Brown's been top 5 most dominant scorers in the league.
He goes
the numbers are about even for points per game, anyways. I mean, you got 29.5, 3.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists for Jalen Brunson.
The Knicks offense is so weird because when it breaks down, it gets ugly.
Oh,
it's hideous. But the thing with the Celtics is that it never truly breaks down, and when it does, Jaylen Brown, I just feel like he scores it. Like we can just rely on him to put the rock in the like.
He had so
if
many
the plays aren't working,
like last night or 2 nights ago when we played the Pacers, like there was a lot of plays where it was like, this play didn't work. They fumbled the pass. Like, oh God, what are we gonna do? Get the ball to JB. JB just elevates over somebody and hits a mid range, and it's like, okay, cool, we're back. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, our original play didn't work. All right, get the ball to JB. He's gonna get downhill on somebody and score. Okay, like
we're gonna upset so many people. But it's Jaylen Brown is a better basketball player than Jalen Brunson
this year for sure.
He can.
I mean, entire career.
Can Brunson lock up Luka in the finals?
Brunson can't lock up.
Can he get to the finals?
Yeah, just saying. The defense side of it for sure. Like Jalen can like be tasked with a great offensive player on defense. But that's the thing though. I wonder if we could see Jalen do that. If Jalen had this workload that Brunson does, where he gets to the end of the playoffs, like maybe he'd run out of gas in that way. Like maybe Jalen was able to do that because we had Tatum, but he did at least show a higher like defense potential there. Like it'd be interesting to see what Jalen's stamina for defense would be at the end of the year with this workload. Like we've never seen it. Maybe he would kind of take it easier and like or not be as explosive on defense because it's because you have to give people the leniency there if they're carrying offense. But we've seen Jaylen Brown be an A1 defender, that's for sure, at least. And Brunson can't do that just purely due to his body too. He's tiny. I think he's smaller than they list for sure. He looks like 5'11".
Oh, he's tiny.
It's so
he's
impressive,
minuscule out there,
dude. Aaron honestly loves watching the Knicks because she's kind of just like amazed by how good he is because she likes Pritchard for the same reason. She's like, I like the guys that are tiny but getting it done, scrappy, small, low center of gravity guys. It's pretty amazing how good Brunson is for his height. That's for sure.
Brunson's wicked fun to watch. The way he snake screens and he gets to mid range and just scores over guys that are so much bigger than him, or like wrong foot finishes around the rim. Like he's an unbelievable player to watch. But I mean, the problem is like defensively, he's just always gonna. If you rely on him that much to score you that much, that means that he has to be out there, and he's a guy that you can score back on every time.
Guys, it's okay. You don't have to fillet the guy. Jaylen Brown is just a straight up better hooper than Jalen Brunson. I know the numbers might not show it.
Oh, the numbers.
And yes, Jalen Brunson.
I just looked in them, definitely show it because like
Jalen Brunson is a legit beat. Like I love that dude. His story is like one of the best stories. Love that dude, and he is a straight up hooper. But when it breaks down, he can't overpower somebody at the rim. I know JB can. I've seen him do it, and I know he raises his game to the moment. And Jalen Brunson is great, and I wonder what his playoff numbers are and if they counteract me. But I feel like when like their offense breaks down and it's not him that they can rely on, like JB, consistently at least. Like they have to have a lot of things go right for them to be competitive.
It's a big ass league, that's for sure. Size really. You have to be like Steph Curry to kind of get over that, honestly.
And nobody ever will be like that guy, I don't think. There's guys who try. But it all just seems like a mimic.
Yeah, last year in the playoffs, he averaged 3 more points a game, about the same on turnovers, and about the same on assists and rebounds.
How many turnovers is he averaging a game?
3.
It's fine.
It's not terrible. I mean, as like the main creator for the team, 3 turnovers is bad, especially when he's averaging like 6 assists a game. So
yeah, definitely not an issue. That's for sure.
And maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I fully, as of right now, Jaylen Brown has been a much better ball player than Jalen Brunson. And going forward, I know who I want on my team.
Yeah, averaging 3.5 turnovers a game this year. So they're right there.
Guard.
Have you guys been watching Jalen Johnson too? I was just looking up his stats. Like when you looked up Sengun for second team, I was like, technically Jalen Johnson has a better line than Sengun. His line is fucking 24, like 11 and 8, Steve. It's insane.
He's like borderline MVP shit.
He might be first team All NBA.
What is he in his 3rd year? Or like I don't even know. Like he kind of is like. It's because the Hawks are a weird story. He doesn't get talked about as much, but like you hear way more about other young guys than Jalen Johnson, I feel, even though people do gas him up a little now. But he kind of has like he could be like Shea in a few years where he's just like all of a sudden the best player in the league. Like, what is up with this dude?
It's personality too, because like if he talks shit the way that like Anthony Edwards talks shit, like we would see nothing but highlights of Jalen Johnson. But from everything I've seen, he's like a quiet, like down to earth guy who's just like. Just wants to go.
He looks like a Simpsons character. He looks like Sideshow Bob a bit.
I got a question for you guys. How far do you think that a team of just Jalen could go?
The Eastern Conference Finals?
I think they might be able to win.
They might win the finals, bro.
Maybe your point guards are Jalen Suggs, Jalen Brunson, and your wings are Jaylen Brown and Jalen.
Wait, this is the Magic? No, what did you say?
Just guys named Jalen. Like
a team of all Jalen's.
So you got Jalen Suggs, Jalen Brunson, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Johnson,
Jalen Duren as your center.
I'm gonna say that's the center. They even have a really good center.
Honestly, that's the best team in the NBA. Best starting 5. You have 4 30-point per game scorers.
Jalen Wells.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't there a center on the Bulls whose name's Jalen too?
No, there's Dalen Terry.
Dalen, that's what I was thinking.
He's a guard. Or Dalen Tucker? Dalen Terry. One of them. Yeah, man. Jaylen Brown's been a delight. Absolutely lovely to watch.
Oh, you got Jalen Green too?
Oh yeah,
Oh, Jalen Smith. He's the center for the Bulls I was thinking of.
Jalen Green and Jalen Wells off the bench. What a duo that is.
Jalen Clark off of the Timberwolves too.
Did we say Jalen Williams?
No,
Jalen Williams.
Jalen, both of them, both Jalen Williamses.
I think a team of Jalen's would win the finals, and I don't think
that's legitimately a super team. Your worst player is Jalen. No, fucking Jalen Williams, the second one, not Jay Will.
Suggs doesn't start anymore either. It's Brunson, Jalen Williams, Brown, Jalen Johnson, and Jalen Duren. That's an insane starting five.
Holy shit!
They're all American, right? That should be Team America.
Yeah,
I guess that should legitimately be Team America.
Then just throw like Jason Tatum in there just to fuck with people.
Yeah, close enough. Jason.
Jalen's kind of a rare like American-born name because wasn't it Jalen Rose basically? Like it kind of is an American basketball specific name. It's kind of amazing.
Jalen Rose was the first Jalen.
Yeah,
like somebody went back and they figured out that he was like the first person named Jalen, and then
ever? That's bullshit. That's not true. It's freaking ridiculous.
I know. I've heard that so much. Who knows if it's just folklore, but I've heard it so much.
That's fucking nuts if that's the case.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Who was the first Jalen in recorded history?
No Jalen in the
it's
Bible.
like if there's somebody who was like important in like the Ming Dynasty, his name was Jaylen. Like just like Chinese, like Jaelyn or whatever, Lin. Does that count? Jalen?
Does Jeremy Lin count?
Oh shit, a hybrid mix.
Jalen.
The Jalen Dynasty.
I actually watched the little Jeremy Lin documentary over the last week or so. That's such a fun little documentary that is kind of a one-off in history that it's amazing. I recommend a rewatch. We haven't rewatched that recently. It's awesome.
Is it called Linsanity or whatever?
Something like that. I would start on like YouTube. I think it was on ESPN though for a bit, but yeah, it's almost like a 30 for 30 in a way. It's interviews and such.
2 weeks in New York, a 30 for 30, the Jeremy Lin story.
He was going crazy, dude. And it's crazy to get a green light that fast and then just disappear that fast. Just
well, he didn't disappear. I mean, he got paid and then
he fucking waved off Kobe at the end of a fucking game and hit a game winner. So like, talk about some fucking nuts on the kid.
Yeah. So Steve, any results for the first Jalen in
they did research and there was somebody named like a few years earlier than Jalen Rose, but that was like the first one ever. It was in like the 70s, and then Jalen Rose was the first
in the United States.
Yeah, but like nobody knew who he was. He wasn't a famous person, so like I guess Jalen Rose was the first famous Jalen.
That is fair.
Wow, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the first. He's the progenitor of the whole Jalen.
Yeah, he always tweets out shit about thanking his mama for naming him that. Every time anybody with the word named Jalen goes off.
People are like, hey, you remember Jalen Rose? And like, yeah, he was pretty good. It's pretty good.
Nope.
Sweet hairline on the guy.
Unbelievable. He said he doesn't wear the same shirt twice. Like he'll buy an undershirt and wear it once and throw it away. Same thing with like his briefs, I guess too. Like that's the stories that you hear. Is like it's just when you got that much money, he's like, I wear my briefs once and then I throw them away, and then I put a fresh pair on the next day.
That is fucking wasteful as shit. Are you kidding me?
Man,
his clothes budget must be in the hundreds of thousands.
He must have bad BO, dude. The hell?
Something.
Oh, that's big. Yeah, fucking BO go crazy, dude. Sweating through his shirts.
I can't imagine. He must feel so fucking fresh though. Put on a new shirt every day and a new pair of briefs every single day. Like
I don't know. I kind of like a shirt. Sometimes t-shirts get like softer and stretchier over to something. You know, I kind of like.
Like an undershirt though, like a fresh new like white.
Like a Hanes undershirt.
Yeah, that's nothing better than that. Those ones just end up getting too fucking small. Fucking start shrinking in the wash, and then fucking like, all right, this thing sucks now.
Well, that's been your Jalen Rose corner.
Hey Jalen, you're invited on the podcast anytime you want to come on and talk. Surname.
Yeah.
Yeah, defend yourself against these these
defend
shirt
your name. Yeah, guys. I mean, what else is going on in the NBA? Anything?
I mean, Wemby's just the fucking Thunder's big brother now, apparently.
Yeah, he might be everybody's big brother now. Like, it might just be his league. It's his league. We're just living in it.
That's crazy.
And then meanwhile, Jokic has got the 55-15 game first ever. So he'd probably, I feel like he had the undisputed best Christmas game ever. I feel like that's not even really a hot take for people to have because no one really had a.
I woke up the
crazy
next day
game.
and got that fucking stat line. I was like, what the fuck did he do?
It's such like a, oh, that obviously makes like a shit ton of sense that I was like, I tried to come up with like a rebuke being like, no, that can't be right. But I was like, no, that's probably exactly the right thing.
Yeah.
It's that Jokic has the best game on X day ever.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
then, like, night he followed it up with a 30-20-10 game.
Yeah. 30-20-10. Yeah. He's insane, dude. And yeah, the funny thing is it was an L, but he was plus 17. It's like, what the fuck are the Nuggets doing, man? I mean, they have no one. It's literally no one. No one's healthy. So
Gordon's been out forever.
Yeah.
Isn't Cam Johnson now done for a bit too?
Yeah.
Like 4 days, I think.
Yeah. Braun's coming back, though, I think, who they've not had at all, really.
Yeah, and I guess Gordon's coming back in January, so that'll be nice to have fucking somebody not in my fucking injured reserve spot for once in this fucking season.
Steve, I'm about to dethrone you in fantasy and take my spot as the #1 team in our league.
I had 5 guys out on one fucking day. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I can't drop any of these guys either. They're all my important players. It's like, what
Excuses, you know what they say.
Drop Jalen Brunson so I can pick up fucking 20 points for one night and then lose them to somebody? Like, like I was just fucked that week. But shout out to you. You got a hell of a week. What do you got? Fucking about 1,500 points this week or something?
1390 or something. Yeah, something like that. It's my league. I'm the Wemby of our fantasy league. It's fine.
It's fine. We'll see the playoffs.
Although it's funny because like my first pick, obviously Luka, it was like no brainer. And then my second pick I took Amen, and definitely not a second overall pick in fantasy yet. He might be, but like everything else I kind of smoked, and then I got Gillespie and shit.
But you got some fucking guys coming out like Ryan Rollins going crazy for you. Like you had like both those guys had like 55-point games on the same night. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like,
yeah, man. Oh, one other thing is Anthony Davis. Is Anthony Edwards like the most? Who's the guy #1 person in the league when you know you need a shot to win or tie a game-winning shot or whatever when the shot clock's running out? Who's the #1 guy you want taking the shot in the league right now?
Curry.
Not a bad answer, honestly.
Score from literally anywhere on the court.
Yes. Okay, besides maybe Steph.
I was gonna say in a LeBron way, Jokic is up there because it's not like his own shot, but he'll collapse the whole team and get someone an open three. So it's not him, but it's if you're talking about like late game ball in the hands, it's Jokic, but no, not like get your own shot. I'd say because he doesn't want to. But Kevin Durant was that up until this year, probably. But he just isn't tasked to that at the moment. Maybe they'll change to end the year, but it's been Sengun's final shot almost every game this year. But it was KD until then.
I think in the playoffs, I think if it comes down to the last shot, I don't think it's going to Sengun. I think it's going to KD.
Yeah.
You guys are all incorrect. The answer is Anthony Edwards. Sorry.
Well, my real answer, if you're not gonna let me pick Steph, then it's gonna be Luka.
No way.
I would take Luka for Anthony Edwards every time. At the end of the game. He's been there. He's done that. We've seen him do it to the Celtics so many times.
Been there and done what?
I mean, you talk shit like fucking Luka went to the finals and Anthony Edwards hasn't done anything either. So,
yeah, I don't know what your comparison point is. Is one more successful than the other? I'd argue that's maybe not the case.
Luka's had more game winners, more clutch moments than Anthony Edwards has.
Are you sure about it?
I'm positive about it. I've seen it with my own eyes watching him kill the fucking Celtics. He has 2 game winners against the Celtics.
Anthony Edwards killed us this year.
Luka did ice the Wolves in the playoffs, though. That was the thing.
Luka did. Anthony did it again this year too. By the way.
Yeah, he fucking did it right under his eye.
Yeah, that was hilarious. He was like, "Fuck you."
That was fucking mean.
Started swearing.
Yeah, it's just he's that guy. Whenever he gets the ball, and it's like he's gonna take a ill-advised, double contested fade away. It's just I know it's cash money every time, and he does too. He's like the most non-scared guy ever to take a shot. Like,
no, I still think it's Luka, but
pretty impressive.
I think Luka.
Well, you're wrong, but it's fine.
Jacob, we need the tiebreaker here. Would you rather have Luka or Anthony Edwards taking the last shot?
You're misconstruing what I'm saying. Obviously, you'd rather have Luka as your player.
No, I'm saying at the end of the game, taking the last shot. Who would you rather have, Jacob? Would you rather have Luka or would you rather have Anthony Edwards?
It's interesting though. Do you need a 2 or a 3?
You need a 3.
Then Ant.
You'd have Ant over Luka for 3?
Fuck you, Steve.
I mean, analytically, that's very much correct. I think Ant's like over 40% the last 2 years at the highest volume. But the Luka, if I just need 2, Luka definitely. Luka to do.
Anthony Edwards is in. Sorry to interrupt. Anthony Edwards is in 4th place currently for the Clutch Player of the Year awards. Luka Doncic is in 7th. So you're saying he's better this year? He's not.
But I mean, like, how many close games do the Lakers had? They either get fucking blown out or they blow somebody out. Like, the Wolves are in close games all the time. If you have more opportunities, you're gonna have more shots at it.
Ant hit a buzzer beater last week, Steve.
Who's
in an important game.
Who's number 1 in the clutch players then?
Cade.
Because by your metric, then that means that Cade's better than Ant, so you're wrong. Like, if you're going to use this metric to say I'm wrong about Luka, then you're wrong about Ant.
Well, fair. But it's not
so
true.
There's 3 players right now, according to your metric, that are better than Ant at the end of a game.
Ant's not a point guard, so he's obviously at a limitation here because Clutch is points and assists.
Now we're going to make up, like...
And rebounds. We're not making it up. The next one's SGA. They're all the creators for their teams.
Yeah. Where's Brunson 3?
Maxey is 3.
Oh, that makes sense too. Because I say Brunson has this, like, if you're talking about, I mean, people last year, you got to take Tyrese for the king last year of buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
But Brunson's right up there. Brunson.
Tyrese had a fucking magnet ball at the end of the game. It was unbelievable. Like that one he hit against the Knicks where, like, he ran backwards to the 3-point line.
He won multiple playoff games on, like, last minute shots. It was fucking hell of a run.
That team was the team of destiny, but it was just whatever fucking deal they fucking made with the devil. He came back and got his when he took fucking Tyrese's Achilles, unfortunately. Like, that was unbelievable. That was such a good fucking year of basketball.
Not for us. Well, for 90% of it for us.
No, I mean, even last year for, like, the regular season, it was like, I don't know, it was just more bitching and moaning from everybody. And, like, the season just felt like had a mar on it after winning the title.
Well, you got the title defense narrative.
Yeah, and every time you lost any game that you had a lead in, it was like, oh, you guys aren't the same. You guys suck. It's like, oh.
Is Boston content with just winning one? It's like, no, it's basketball. It happens. We literally dominated the league the year before, so.
Yeah,
we had the number at the time. We had the most efficient, like, NBA offense, like, ever. This year we're like 4th, like, ever in NBA and offensive efficiency. Like, it's unbelievable. It's like us and the Nuggets are, like, right there. It's like
that's the Jaylen Brown effect, dude. I'm telling you.
Dude, that
Anthony Edwards taking the last shot over Jaylen Brown.
No. This is not fair. Biased. I'm biased. I definitely don't want him taking the free throws.
No.
Yeah. So
I don't want either one of them taking the free throws. I've watched him miss a lot of clutch free throws too.
No way. Not nearly as much as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's 48% from the line in the clutch.
For sure. But
he shoots like Shaq.
It's not great in the clutch, but like, if you're gonna nip one thing about the guy who's averaging almost 30 a game, it's like, all right, cool. Like, get the ball to Derek White. He doesn't miss in the 4th quarter.
Derek White has like, whenever I need 3, Derek White has a chance of being in this conversation more than Jaylen Brown, in my opinion.
Just from putback in the playoffs, bro. That putback in the playoffs is legendary shit.
We all know the right answer to stuff, though. Like,
yeah, that's why I was like immediately like, all right. Steve was like, oh, I was like, here's a great bit. We're gonna have a good debate. Steve's like a fucking stick right in your tie or spoke. Steph Curry, yeah, you're right. The best shooter of all time. I'd rather have him. Anyways, next segment.
The guy that you ball half court would probably be a good shot if he took it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pritchard, he might dethrone Steph for this award if it's from a half court heave.
Unfucking
no.
Or Jokic for that too. He has a crazy amount of heaves.
Or anybody who has the ball going into halftime playing against the Celtics, because for whatever reason, there's just every year we get fucking pounded by these half court buzz beaters. Oh, shit. It's crazy.
Oh, that one
Um,
year against the Bucks when Terry hit fucking Eric Bledsoe and broke his ankles, hit that three, and then like Chris Middleton hit from like the fucking coach's box.
I mean, Jordan Poole got himself a max contract basically off of a few half-court heaves in the
Yeah.
finals
Did you see
win.
the fight the other night between the Suns and the Pelicans? I think Jose Alvarado like punched fucking somebody in the face, and like in the
Mark
zoomed
Williams.
in, in the zoomed in version, you can see Jordan Poole in the fucking background. He's just kind of like,
No, I missed it. That's funny. Jordan Poole's like, been there, pal.
the Rob Perez posted that shit, and then he posted the meme, the soldier, the picture of the soldier with like the helmet on and like the 1,000-yard.
The PTSD soldier.
Fuck, dude, that was so funny.
Oh man,
Poor Jordan Poole.
The Thunder fans are definitely feeling it this year when it comes to like what we felt last year. Is every time you lose, you get the league fucking loves it when the Thunder lose. I do too, just because I want parity and I want like I don't necessarily. Some of the players do annoy me, but I don't necessarily. I hate watch them in a way that it's just like I just want and I want like. I don't want the narrative of, oh, they're going to steamroll the league and, you know what I mean, come back and win. Like, I want a good it's almost like the Dodgers last year. Like, I would admire their greatness, but at the same time be like, all right, I hope another team challenges them. So I kind of root for them to lose against the other big teams so that it feels more like I love what the Spurs are doing. Because now we go into the playoffs with the narrative of being like, oh, the Spurs have their number, like regardless of how crazy the Thunder's record might be in the end of the year. Although the Pistons are nearly tied with them now, which is kind of hilarious it's like we had the whole like, oh, the Thunder might have the best record of all time. It's like the Pistons are 1 game back right now, I think, from them for the total.
Well, you root for this because they're not your team. So like when 2 years ago when this was the Celtics, basically we were like, we're blowing every team out. We're good. Like, this is great. Love it. But so we don't have the rooting interest in that. But other than that, it's like the NBA is not fun if you already know who's going to win the final. Like, what are we all doing this for? It's not fun if you know that.
That was like
the outcome.
the LeBron Heat years.
And the Warriors.
Yeah. That's why that Mavs championship like is a thumb in the eye of like what's supposed to be one of the greatest basketball dynasties ever.
Yeah, the Spurs took one off them too.
Yep.
That's almost like.
But that's the Spurs.
That was like the immovable force versus the unstoppable object. You know, that's like the greatest dynasty of like the last 10 years.
You know, the Spurs
in its dying days.
Back? You know, the Spurs never went back to back in all those championships they won. They never went back to back.
That checks out.
Yeah, what the Lakers 2001.
The Lakers.
Then they beat the Pistons,
then
right?
The Spurs, then the Pistons.
Did they beat the Pistons? Yeah, they did, right? No, they beat
the Sixers.
Well, they beat the Cavs for sure in 07.
Celtics 08, Lakers 09.
Yeah, they never went back to back in all the years. Even the David Robinson and Duncan.
Oh, the Heat in 2006 too.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Back there never went back to back. That's how hard it is to go back to back.
Why not? Yeah, you're right about the Thorn thing. It's one series championship that kind of ended a dynasty but didn't feel the same was the Raptors. Just because I mean I was happy for a new Victor, but that just kind of felt like the product of everyone on the team being injured. It felt like it was fun.
You kind of got robbed.
Yeah, so it's like not, but the Mavs were like, holy shit, like they're fully healthy. They just fucking stole from them. Same with the Spurs, kind of like it was nice that those are full health. I was happy for Toronto, but I was like, damn, we kind of know who the better team was.
Absolutely, yeah. You beat Kevin Durantless Warriors.
Yeah, and Klay Thompson was like kind of half, and I think he played like half the series himself.
Yeah. Steve, what are you looking up your next great topic or hot take?
I just want to look at the teams that the Mavericks beat in that championship run.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. The worst team was like
probably
the Trailblazers.
Suns.
Trailblazers in the first round.
Yeah.
Then they swept the Lakers.
Who just won the championship the year before.
Who just went back to back.
Yeah.
And then
no, this is
2010, 2011.
10, yeah, so not the Suns.
Then they beat the Thunder. That Thunder team with KD,
and Russ,
Harden, Ibaka, and Russ.
The baby Thunders. Let's just
the baby Thunder. They beat them in 5, and then they went to the finals and beat the Heat. Like, that's a crazy fucking.
Dude. And they're all quick series too. They destroyed the team that just went back to back, and then they destroyed the team that went to the finals the year after in the Thunder.
Yeah. The longest series they had was the Trailblazers in 6 and the Heat in 6.
That's crazy.
Fascinating.
Crazy.
Shout out to
Dirk. Dirk's fucking underrated. I think Dirk's probably top 30 all-time player.
No, I feel like that's exactly right.
Well, I think
I feel
top 30
like
is
you
not a
nailed
hot
it.
take for that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money.
I was a little worried about putting him top 25 with only one title and one MVP, but
No, I think he still belongs.
I think he's probably he's the second best European player of all time.
For now. No.
Maybe third,
Jokic
dude.
is better than him already.
Yeah, I was going to say Giannis, too.
Oh, Jokic.
Jokic, Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably fourth then, yeah.
I mean, well, no.
The Euros are just expanding.
Does Embiid have a case?
He doesn't.
He's not European born, right? African born.
I mean,
He almost
maybe
played.
Your criteria was specific though. You didn't say Canadian born like SGA.
Well, I was also thinking. I shouldn't have said European. I was more thinking international than European because my first thought was Hakeem was the number one.
If it's international, then he's maybe not even top 5.
Who you got ahead of him in the international?
Hakeem.
We got, like we said,
Jokic,
yeah.
Doncic.
I got it ahead of him.
Just because he hasn't won a title?
Just not yet. He's on track.
Luke's got an MVP and a title. Like he's ahead of him.
I know, but yeah,
we need Luka's totals, like because Luka doesn't have the hardware or MVP. Like Dirk is the hardware and the totals right now. We just need Luka to like finish the career, and then he probably will be.
Yeah.
But if Luka doesn't win an MVP, is he disqualified from this? But he played in the era of Jokic, Giannis, and SGA.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of not his fault.
That's what Jacob was saying. Like when we look at his totals, they'll be ahead of him because his totals are going to be fucking unbelievable. But right now,
like his first team All NBAs, like Luka will have like 10 first teams probably, and that will count as a couple MVPs in my book.
Yeah, I mean, like I think his only chance of winning an MVP is like this year, and then it's over. Like he's never going to win one. Yeah. Same with the finals, probably. But once again, I don't know if it's necessarily his fault. Like it's just there's players around him. It's like the Tom Brady effect. There's teams and players that are just going to beat you every time.
So right now we got 3 guys ahead of him.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
You put Giannis, right? Does SGA have a decent chance? The counting stats aren't there yet, but the hardware's already notched up.
He already has more MVPs and a DPOY.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Giannis already has more trophies, like because the 2 MVPs and a DPOY.
Oh, Giannis is for sure, but does SGA count?
Oh, they basically are the same right now, hardware wise.
It's the counting stats aren't going to be there, I don't think, for SGA yet, just because of how the career started.
It's true.
But the hardware's already notched up, and the guy's 26, 27, so...
He's got a shot. He's got a shot.
He's projected.
Joel Embiid?
No, I don't put Joel Embiid above him.
Well, Dirk won the chip. That's kind of what differentiates it there.
Dirk
played
That's all I need.
It's just, but also, I mean, the fucking injuries, man. It's not really Embiid's fault, dude.
I mean, shit. We're just going to bring up injuries. Grant Hill might be the best player we've ever seen then, because
I was going to say, it's slippery.
So right now, we got Dirk at 4th all time of international players.
Kershaw and Yabusele for like that 1 year when he was in the Celtics.
No, Kershaw and Yabusele in the fucking in the Olympics dunking on LeBron.
Manu still has the most badass international achievement. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
what is it? The gold?
Yeah, winning gold. Yeah, winning gold is as the dude on a team that like it's not like it wasn't like Spain like other countries too where they kind of had an arsenal of players like Manu. It was kind of Manu and like Luis Scola and that's it. I think.
In that era of like an international ball, winning gold against America is just like that's a diamond tester fucking chip right there.
Oh yeah, but he's obviously not like better than those guys in the NBA though. But I'd say that's the best international achievement. I'd say.
Is it still that way though? Do you think it's still the same way? I mean, obviously the level of international play has gotten a lot better. But still, the team that the Team USA rolls out every single time is like, that is, obviously it's a super team. But like, so like if France won the gold, is that like as diamond tester proof as Manu's, like if Wemby did it? Or You know, obviously there was more talent on this year's French team, NBA level talent. But
I feel like that'll
still,
take away from it is the fact that you have so much talent on that team compared to that Argentina team.
but beating Team USA at all feels like that's like a sick chip. If I was international, that's the one I'd want the most.
I don't think
probably
stand up to like that Argentina ship though. Like, because
now,
now,
it's
now
different.
you got 5 NBA players on your Olympic team. Like
it's different.
even Jokic's team, even Serbia has four guys.
Yeah, he's got Bogey on his team, right?
Yeah, he's got 4 NBA players on fucking Serbia. Like,
Jovic, Bogey.
One big fuck that was like a fringe NBA player on there that you had to deal with, and that was it. Like,
we kind of get lucky. Canada's been falling apart. It fell apart last year too. I feel like they're scarier than they were showing last year. They were weird. Like Jamal Murray sucked for some reason, but like if Jamal Murray was like good last year, they would have been terrifying. With a team with Jamal and Shea is disgusting, dude. And then a lot of good players around it.
Problems like Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's like your 8th guy.
Andrew Wiggins is on that team too. That's a fun team. I don't know who they got for bigs. They got Kelly Olynyk.
I don't know. They probably have a sneaky one that like we don't know about, like Kalkbrenner or something. You know what I mean? They probably have like some white dude or some random guy that's born from Canada, but I honestly have no idea.
Team.
Canada, China. All right.
I was gonna say I was just about to say people also underrate what we'll have in the future too. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, our lineup would be nasty. Everyone's like, who's gonna be on the team? It's like, oh, Cade and Tatum, Brown. It's like kind of disgusting. Just the big man is tough, but
the big man gets sketchy because there's like Jalen Duren and Triple J.
Yeah. Well, we just gotta hope.
Which honestly is kind of sick. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, defensively, I like it, but like offensively, it's like, hey, we don't really have to do anything with those guys. But Jalen Duren this year's been killing it, so he might even be even better than that. Then you look, line. You look at like fucking AJ DeBanza, Cooper Flag, one of the boozers coming up. Like, that team's gonna be fucking sick even down the line too. So basketball still runs through the U.S. internationally, anyways.
Hell yeah! All right. Anything else on the NBA before we move on to our movie review?
No, sir. Well, actually, I have one more thing. I'm stupid. Luka this year is 33.5 points. I think I just lost it. This is great podcasting. 33.5 points, 8.5 boards, and 8.5 assists. Like, that's fucking crazy numbers.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like if he needs a lot to break.
Career 29, 8.5, and 8.
Yeah, he's one of the best players to ever play the game. It's just he's 28. You know, he's got a long way to go still.
Yeah, he'll be ahead of Dirk just off the counting numbers by the time.
Yeah, just from what I remember, because I was young. Didn't watch a ton of Dirk Nowitzki, but like I just feel like I watched a lot more Luka in my life, so that's why I feel like just if I had to pick a team tomorrow, both having their careers, I'd still probably pick Luka 10 out of 10 times probably, but maybe not.
Career over Dirk's career?
Not even knowing what Luka's career looks like the rest of the way, yeah, I probably would.
I'd pick Dirk's career. I want that title. And you get the MVP too. That's pretty sweet. And
so I'd rather the sustained, just knowing I can have the guy handling the ball.
To be fair to you, I'm not watching a lot of Dirk highlights. I've probably watched more Al Jefferson highlights than Dirk highlights in my life, so.
True. Al Jefferson is above both of those guys if I'm starting a team.
Oh, man, that's like a highlight video I sent you guys in 4 minutes. He doesn't use his left hand the entire time. It's like
me out there.
How are you 20 points a game in the NBA and you never use your left hand?
Just sick fucking post fadeaway jumpers, dude.
It's like he just does the Jordan like pump fake where he just like palms it and just throws it up there.
Love Al Jeff.
So that was my guy. It sucked that he got hurt on the Celtics and then we had to trade him.
That sucks.
Turned into a title, so.
A24 month. It's over. And we wrapped it with Eddington, a 2025 film, a film that came out this year. Steve, your choice. Your movie. What do you got for me? Ari Aster's Eddington.
I got to give credit to Ari Aster because I don't think there's ever been a movie I've watched of his that I didn't hate every fucking character in the movie. And
you didn't hate every character in this movie?
Oh, yeah. And I still fucking watched the entire fucking movie. It's like they still keep you gripped in, even though you hate all these people. It's like, what the fuck? Like he doesn't.
These movies are certainly compelling.
It's very like it's a good. That's the word I was probably would have been better to use is compelling. But they're just all these people are just shitty people, like in one way or another. And then you're just like, I don't like that guy. Oh, I like this guy. Then you find out, oh, he sucks too. It's like, and you're locked into a movie the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jacob, do you watch?
Yeah, I did. And it felt like it felt like a movie that came out this year because like you're saying, it kind of mirrors a lot of, I feel like, Americans' frustrations, where it feels like a lot of the times debates are like a wolf in wolf clothing versus sheep in wolf clothing. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of politics feels like nowadays. And then added to the theme, which always feels like we're discussing stupid shit in debates and all that.
Us in particular.
And then there's like this looming threat in the background always that we're not discussing because they don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? With the data center, people should be focusing on that. It almost seems like maybe stealing resources from the town. Like that always happens in real life with factories popping up too, and like stealing water. But people in the local community are still getting fear-mongered and not focusing on what actually matters. It mirrored my frustrations with politics, that's for sure. And like Steve's saying, you kind of hate everyone. Everyone's to focus on the wrong things. Everyone's taking advantage of the system. And yeah, it's a great movie though, I thought, at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about this movie. It's a COVID-19 movie. I think the best COVID-19 movie. I don't think we have to go back. I think this movie covers the entire pandemic fairly accurately. Obviously, there's harsh criticism in there for every side of the political aisle. Everything seems like a mirage of a kaleidoscope wrapped in a fucking, Frieza. So it's like, it's incredibly well done. I moved it up in my 2025 movie rankings. I think it's probably the third best film of this year, third or fourth. It's just the cinematography, obviously the landscape in New Mexico. It's beautiful. The acting is superb. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, all the way down through Emma Stone, and Deirdre O'Connell. All those, they smoked their roles. And then Austin Butler, obviously, playing a charismatic, like charlatan-esque victim who's leading this online thing. The thing is, like, when you try to delve too deep into like the actual strictures of the plot, like what is Austin Butler doing? He's a victim. Is he lying? Is he telling it? That doesn't matter. Is Joe Cross a good guy or a bad guy? He's not. He ends up turning into the bad guy. You think he's the hero of the film, but then he does a sharp turn when he starts killing people. Pedro Pascal, is he a hero? Is he the good guy? Nah, he's kind of like a neoliberal. You can't really break into it. Everybody is a Rorschach test of the worst parts of American political discourse, especially during the time of COVID-19, where you have inflammation of racial injustice, obviously people getting sick and dying, and then in the background, we're fighting, and it's kind of indicative of where we're at now, especially with this stuff. We're fighting each other over these fake lines. We're all the heroes in our own heads on the right side of history. We're all right, but our realities are all tailored to us. And big tech, corporations, companies, while we're fighting each other over these culture wars, they're just taking the whole thing. They're moving in the background. They're pulling the strings. They're making shit happen. While we're fighting each other over what we should teach in schools, big tech buys up the entire resources of this town of Eddington and, for their data center. That's only going to compel more discourse and more divergence. So I think that's ultimately what it's trying to say. It's a Western, and with Westerns, it's a neo-Western. It's a new Western type film where the West is like nature versus society and the ever encumbering, like, encroach of society into the West and ultimately ruining it. Takes away American individualism. You're no longer the hero. You're isolated, but you're no longer like fighting for what's right. There's no classical hero because reality is subjective. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to go into with this movie. I savor on it, and for a film as technically sound as it is, it's just a mastercraft by Astor. I thought Hereditary might have been his best movie, and I still think it might be. And obviously we covered Midsommar, which I thought was technically masterfully done. Beau is Afraid was a fucking obvious. He was just trying to work stuff out about with his mommy issues. That was what that movie was. It's a good movie, but that he was clearly just mommy issues. The movie. This one is really where he kind of harnesses. He masters his craft, and it's superb. What else you guys got?
I just gotta say, I love the dichotomy of this podcast because I go from saying some dumb fucking shit to like a masterful breakdown of neo-westerns and individualism and all the shit that you talked about. Like, holy shit! Like,
I mean, mine's all psychobabble.
Yeah, but it all made it was beautifully said. It was beautifully put. It made sense. It made me think about it in a different way. The way Jacob described it made me think about everything in a different way. I mean, I didn't think Joker was a good guy at any point in that movie. Like, well, when you first start the movie, you're like, oh, this is probably the good guy, he's the sheriff or whatever. But then, like, immediately he's like, fuck COVID, like, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, you don't have to wear a mask. Like, this, that, and the third. Like, just being
But
a dickhead.
he believes he's the hero.
Basically.
Yeah.
Throughout the entirety of the film, he thinks he's chosen. Like, he believes he is the hero fighting for what's right. You can't argue with what he's saying. He's like, we can't just, there's a way to do it. Like, there's a way to tell people to wear their masks without forcing them to do it against their will. You know, I have asthma. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe there's truth to all of it. He believes he's right. But Pedro Pascal is, he's the inverse of the character. He's the foil. He also thinks he's 100% right. So, and there's, you know, I don't think Ari Aster is trying to make a statement either way about who was right, who is right. It's just that we were all fucking horrified and scared of what was happening and we didn't know, and nobody was there to save us. And while we choose instead to like work together, we choose to fight each other and against political divides. And while we do that, there's forces at play. Solid Gold Magikarp, the Antifa mob guys that got flown in on a plane that were clearly just like, were they paid by like George Soros or whatever the fuck, Donald Trump, whoever you want to say. They come in and they stir the pot to exacerbate the flames more while just allowing for tech to get or corporations to get their way. We're losing. Everybody loses. Everybody thinks they're right and we're all losing because we're not, I don't know, we're so... Maybe it's not our fault. Maybe we're just living in the postmodern internet era where it's like we're all the heroes of our own story and we're all right, but we're all gonna lose. So
I also like
Joe's life goes to shit.
Yeah, I like the fact that made him like a fucking idiot too. Like he was just kind of dumb. Like if you look at like the truck when he like painted it or whatever, like he uses the wrong "your." Like it says like "you're being brainwashed" or something like that, and they use the wrong "your" on it. Like I thought that was funny. He's like a big pussy. Like he never like when it came to like face-to-face confrontations, like he rarely ever did it. And like in the end, when the guy fucking, well, spoiler alert, in the end when he's in the gunfight and the guy comes up to stab him, like he has a fight. He is holding the rifle like a baseball bat. He never swings. Like the guy went up to him and just
panicked
in the forehead, like because he's like when he killed Pedro Pascal and his son, like he did it from like a mile away because he can't deal with face-to-face confrontation. Like Pedro Pascal slapped the shit out of him twice and he didn't do anything about it. Like,
well, you're
the sheriff, you can arrest the guy for slapping you. Like, these are literally within your rights. It's your job to do that, and he still couldn't even bring himself to do that. So, like, he was just.
But he was wrong. He was wrong for what he did. He went on to Pedro's property, and like.
Well, there was a noise complaint, right? Wasn't that why he was there?
Yeah, it was actually.
So like he was just turning off the music, and then he got slapped, and they didn't do anything about it. Like
But it was also he had just said that Pedro Pascal raped his wife. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Pascal feels a little bit vindicated in slapping the shit out of him.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I don't think there's a right or wrong. Like I think you're going the wrong way if you're looking for who's right and who's wrong.
Oh, I'm not looking for who's right and who's wrong. I'm just saying that like when it came to actual confrontation with this guy, like he always pussied out.
Like, but he's a shooter. He's like a for real shooter. Like he comes out with that M60 like blasting. That's pretty sick. And he's hitting his shots.
Yeah, but like came to being like face to face with somebody, like he just never did anything. The whole movie.
Yeah. He's not a tough guy, for sure. but I don't think he necessarily comes off. He tries to portray himself as one. Anyhow, the homeless guy, it's another. I think it's funny when you go deeper into like the meaning of stuff. The homeless guy who is like the physical embodiment of the COVID-19 pandemic spreading through the town. Obviously, you have Joe Cross who's denying that it's even in the town when it's right in front of him. In fact, it gives him COVID, and he gets it. But when it comes to time to see his results, because he gets tested, he doesn't even look because it doesn't matter if he denies it outright. So his truth is that it doesn't. He's being called to a bigger purpose. People are trying to invade his town. And he thinks he's part of this great plot. Another thing, the Emma Stone, obviously she's a victim of sexual assaults, and she has mental issues for sure. You see it in her artwork where it's literally she creates dolls, one of them which gets stabbed in the head, which is foreshadowing for what happens to her husband. But she gets seduced by Austin Butler, who is validating her truth or her victim, her status. But he's clearly just like a honey-tipped tongue, like charlatan guy who's like a good-looking cat who becomes this big conspiracy theorist guy who has this big compound now at the end of the film, and Emma Stone's now pregnant with this kid. Like, he's clearly a charlatan. And Joe Craw, her husband, even calls him out right to his face, being like, this story does sound unbelievable. And he's like, "You're trying to make me feel shame." He talks his way out of it. And obviously Deirdre O'Connell, who's also very mentally ill from probably the fact that her husband had probably sexually assaulted her daughter, or whatever. And there's like the conspiracy theorist mouthpiece at the end of the film for Joe Cross, spreading her, like taking advantage of the mentally ill or the complete shuttering of them was very interesting. I think something that was kind of a acid dipped criticism of this film, by Astor being like, hey, the people who are mentally ill or at risk in our society, we either just like throw them out like trash, which Joe Cross does. He shoots the guy and throws him in the river, and that's it. And while like in the middle of like both sides fighting, the homeless guy gets killed for basically no reason. Emma Stone gets taken advantage of or whatever, gets foiled into this coven thing. The mom is like, she actually kind of wins in the film, but she's obviously just psychotic. Yeah, people just get taken. They get taken advantage of in this film, and I think Astor wanted that to particularly point out that we're all getting manipulated as well. It's more apparent with the people who are maybe have mental illness or struggle.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Dude, the ending was certainly unsettling, that's for sure. Because it was like you've been saying, like no one won true. I mean, the bad guys won in the end, technically, but also no one was a good guy, also. So it's like you're saying, like Joe was a bad guy, but also seeing him in that state, you're like, holy crap, that's fucking brutal. And like in the handicapped state, and it's like you hate to see anyone that's handicapped be taken advantage of. But then you remember it, yeah, just like everyone on all sides, it's so messy. But all that we know is that no one really truly won in the situation other than maybe the big corporation.
Yeah, we're all fighting each other and we're all going to lose. We're all lose in the end if we keep doing it. So
yeah, then there was the high school kid that was like he was following the Black Lives Matter stuff, just trying to get laid basically, and like really didn't know shit about fuck. And then he ends up just fucking like shooting the guy and then becoming like a right wing fucking grifter.
Yeah, he joins the grift
guy, like, which was very strange. But it was just like it was another thing that just happens, and it was another thing that Ari Aster I think was trying to point out in our society is that like everybody's just trying to look for their grift, basically. Like everybody's just trying to get ahead in life, no matter what cost.
Yeah, no. I think it explicitly shows the guy's shift in politics to whatever's ends up suiting him. At first, he tries to become this neoliberal, like ultra Antifa guy to get with the girl who he liked because she was reading an Angela Davis book, and he joined so ardently on that side that in the middle to the end part of the climax of the film, he's on the stage talking about his whiteness and how he's not even allowed to say on the words that he's saying on the stage. And he's so wrapped in it because it's benefiting him. And then at the end of the film, obviously, he shoots the guy who tries to kill Joe Cross. And the irony is that he switches to the right side and he's like this ultra conservative influencer. I think that specifically was that character's in there to show like the absurdity of it. Like either way, he's fueling the grift on one side or the next. Like these people are just opportunists. And they only stoke the flames more.
Yeah, he turned into Kyle
So-
Rittenhouse by the end of it.
Basically, yeah, that's it. Basically, exactly. If his name isn't Kyle in the movie, it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
The funniest part of the film is though when he's like explaining, what like the deconstruction of whiteness in American democracy and the culture, and it, like dad's like there's guns on the wall. There's like a huge gun cabinet, and dad just like stops. He's like, "The fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're white." It's like, as a white guy who is extremely liberal in his own right, like, yeah, obviously I've like, that is the obvious retort to anything I say. But it shows the absurdity of trying to divide yourself politically by any sort of like category.
Yeah.
Race, age, economic status. It's like, you know,
Was
I
there
don't know, makes you think.
was there like a meaning behind calling it solid gold Magikarp that I didn't get?
It's like an AI joke glitch. Like Solid Gold Magikarp was a Redditor's name, and for whatever reason, this Redditor's account was linked to an incredible amount of like data that was used in large language models for AI training, and it created a glitch. So if you typed into whatever ChatGPT or whatever the one it is, whatever LLM it is, it would glitch out the system. Like if you asked it to repeat the phrase "solid gold Magikarp," it would cause it to just like go completely array and cause like a disruption in the function of the machine. I don't know why he chose. I think it just he just used something that's AI tech related.
Yeah.
They don't really even tell you what the data center is. It's kind of just like this ephemeral nonsense whenever it's described, but it ends up just being this gigantic, like monolithic compound in the middle of the desert. That's like, at the end of the film, it's, you know, the song plays and the credits roll, but it's just a still shot of the Solid Gold Magikarp, and you can't hear the wilderness anymore. It's in the fucking middle of the New Mexico desert. You should hear like coyotes, whatever, nature noises, but you can only hear the drone of the data center. So the West wasn't necessarily tamed or, you know, brought under leash. It was bought. This is what this movie's trying to say. Like, people are going to fight each other. We fought each other over whether you were native, what your skin color was. Those issues are obviously like pervasive and invasive into our culture, but like now we're finding anything to kind of fight things that aren't even based on reality to fight each other on. And we're still, society is churning shit out. And we're just like the cogs in the machine.
And unfortunately,
Really acid dip criticism.
Yeah, there's nothing new either, because if I took like a labor of economics class, and you learn about how, like, in the early labor disputes and stuff, like even back then they would be purposely trying to pit workers against each other so they could not organize and fight the real enemy. Like, and they would stage stuff like staged accidents and things to rile one side over the other. Like, it's happened since the early 1900s, late 1800s. It's only crazier now because of technology and everyone just being able to be reached like crazy.
And even like it's more, I just think it's just a symptom of humanity, is that it doesn't really matter. We're always going to kind of find a reason to fight one another. It could be my eyebrows are a different shade than yours, and there could be truth to what the benefits or the drawbacks are or whatever. It's all subjective now. And
unless we roll into
the machine keeps moving.
Unless we get a Pluvris situation.
A Pluverse?
Wait, what is it? How do you even pronounce the name? I watched half of it. Pluribus.
Oh, pluribus.
Yeah, unless we get that situation, then we'll all get along. That's for sure. That's
I love that show.
I haven't seen any of it yet.
Great show. It's another thing about, like, it's basically like, what if AI took over the human race? Like,
yeah, aren't there only like 5 or 6 people, something like that aren't like AI controlled?
I mean, there's 12.
Yeah.
But there might be more, might be less now.
Cliffhanger.
It's pluribus is more of an analysis of what makes us human. It's more of like the final episode if I may just go on a rant about it because it was brilliant. The final episode of the show starts with one of the survivors. Spoiler alert for Pluribus. Can't tune out now if you haven't seen it. It's, to be fair, it's only a few days old. One of the survivors willingly wants to join this hive mind, and the hive mind's been working on it for 60 days to kind of figure out why these last 12 can't do it. And they finally get something that they think will turn it, and turn the living person into the hive mind. And the first scene is so beautiful because it's like this small little Peruvian village, like huts with cows, sheep. It's like vibrant. There's people moving and working, and singing song. Like there's a little group of ladies singing a song, and then the girl gets transitioned. And as soon as she gets transitioned, everybody just kind of gets up and walks away, and like it's all very monotonous, and the music stops, and it's silent and eerie. They unlock the cages, let the animals out, but the sheep like follows the girl. And it's like, I think it's more of what makes us human. Is it even worth it? The benefits of joining this hive mind are immeasurable. It's like, it's utopic almost, but it's like, what is doing that worth the cost of like music, and what makes us human, and what makes us, it's brilliant. It's brilliantly written. Vince Gilligan. I love that shit.
Me too.
Like, what is it worth the cost?
Yeah, automation in general. And
that sounds like a good ass show.
I mean, the first episode is a banger, but I will say the next 7 episodes are not what you'd expect. They're all great, and they're all brilliantly written and shot spectacularly, but so like I have no complaints there, but it's not like this enthralling, like push the pedal to the metal like sci-fi plot development stuff. It's a slow burn. You do more of a character study of these people. But that's ultimately what makes their choices so important as the stakes go. Great stuff.
yeah, I need to finish
I could
it.
obviously wax poetic about this all day, but
I'd listen
that's
to you all
been
fucking day. I tell you what.
that's been your breakdown.
Kid. Plug the letterbox.
Yeah, letterbox that is it just Caleb Crawdaddy or something? I forget what it is, but Cody Adams.
His other alias.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I so many, I forget it. All trying to hide my face for corporate anonymity. Anyhow, what did you guys give Eddington on a scale of 5?
I think I give it a 3. I think it was a little bit long, but it was the ending.
That's such a plebe take, but go ahead.
The end, it was just a little bit drawn out, I feel like, but it was still a pretty good movie. Like, I still enjoyed it. I don't know, it's an Ari Aster film, so I don't know if I'm gonna go back and watch it again. Just because like his movies are just kind of downers, like everyone that I've seen, anyways. It's like I don't really. If I'm gonna go back and watch a movie, I'm not gonna go back and watch a movie so I can be sad. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed it for the art that it was. It was beautiful. Like, Ari Aster's unbelievable at what he does. Obviously, every movie
You don't ever watch a movie to feel like an emotional tinge. Like, I watch every single time I load up Titanic to watch it, which is surprisingly more than you think. It's like I know I'm guaranteed to cry. I'm going to cry my eyes out.
I load up Grown Ups to put me in a good mood. That's about it. You know?
But it's like, it's beautiful to cry. It's like, it doesn't. It's the emotion. The acting was so superb. The story was so brilliant. It makes you feel like connected and like you're losing something. It's a brilliance in cinema.
It was wonderful. It was great. But
right,
I get my cries out watching fucking TikToks like of like
true
people like, oh, everybody helped out this one person so they could pay their medical bills and like shit like that. You know, that's how I get my cries out.
Yeah, but it's escapism. It's, you know, obviously the world, there's a infinite number of unfair, sad, horrible shit going on at any given time in reality. You know, you could look up anything and cry your eyes out because there's real life circumstances. But in a movie, it's like, you know, there's no. I can just go for a ride without being like, oh fuck, if that was like my family, or like, you know, is that coming from me next? Like, I don't have to worry about the Titanic happening to me.
Well, it's like if I want to go and get into escapism, like Eddington's not a movie I want to go into for escapism. It's just going to remind me of the political climate I'm trying to escape from.
Yeah, I was going to say Eddington is not necessarily an escapist fantasy. I mean, it's more of
his movies aren't really escapist things. It's like if I got to deal with
Black Mirror
and grief and Hereditary? Am I going to deal with the same kind of thing in
Hereditary is
Midsommar?
different.
Like, I don't know, like they're great movies. I unbelievable art, unbelievable movies. Like I really enjoy them, but I enjoy them one time.
Fair. Maybe that's all you need. So Steve, you gave it 3 out of 5. Jacob,
I'll give it a 4. I feel like I like these types of movies a little bit more. I get what you mean, Steve. I at least with movies like this, you have something to chew on enough that you can like take away something that, you know what I mean? You don't feel good necessarily from watching a movie like Eddington, but you can like kind of chew on like ideologies and like philosophies and stuff like that, which is fun. I feel like I don't have a Titanic version of like watching a movie to cry, but my sick fuck version of that is I like rewatching Chernobyl. Because like that sends chills down my spine like every time. But it's different. Like I know what you mean. Because like why would you want to watch that? But Chernobyl is so gripping and like it also, you got to be reminded how crazy and bad humans are sometimes. Like it's like holy shit, dude. That was
I could talk about Chernobyl,
dude. Real science horror.
That's my favorite piece of television ever. I love it.
It has to be perfection. It's up there with science horror, like real horror, like real stuff that can happen and probably will.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one. I used to love reading about Chernobyl and all that, so I gotta go watch that.
Jared Harris, dude, that show fucking goes.
Dude,
I watch it at least twice a year.
I'm envious if you've not seen it. When people are sent down, oh my god, you know what I mean, Cody? Holy fuck, dude.
I've read about it. It's crazy to send anybody in there to fucking do anything.
They knew they were gonna die too. They're like
they kept sending waves and waves. Like you think you know how stupid and bad they were, and you watch Chernobyl and you're like, holy shit, dude. They were just sending them to their death over and over again.
What was
but they know it, and the guys know it. Like
yeah. What was the shit called? The elephant's foot? Wasn't that the big radioactive pile that was there?
I don't know what they called it, but
I think it was called.
What do you mean the radioactive pile? Like the core was exposed.
Yeah,
reactors
leaked out, whatever. And it all like congealed into one thing. I think is what it was.
It was into everything. That was the thing. Like they've tried to bury a hole under it to kind of, because there was an issue with cooling off the radioactive sludge.
Yeah, the elephant's foot is a radioactive mass of melted concrete, metal, and nuclear fuel that formed in reactor number 4 during the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear accident.
So that's like a huge thing in like the middle episode, because if that like blows up, because it's superheated, and if it goes to the water that was in like the tanks below it, they just used to cool off the reaction, the core reactor or whatever, it would cause an explosion that would like blow up a lot of Europe. It would be like a nuclear bomb times like 1,000,000 or whatever they said. Yeah. And that was like a potential like end of the world scenario. That was one of the few that was going to happen. They predicted from that event.
Yeah, and they're trusting these miners that were going to die, like Cody's saying, to basically save the world. Like all these people that knew they were going to die. It's an insane story.
Oh,
the miners,
dude, that miner guy, the head miner dude, rules.
He rocks. We need to see him in more.
They're just in there. They're in there naked. The guy's like, he's like, why are you not wearing your protective shit? He's like, is it going to make a difference? Because they're all naked, because they're all sweating from the heat of the elephant's foot, and they're under the earth, so it's fucking smoldering in there. And they're burrowing a tunnel. He's like, it's not going to make a difference. So they were all naked, shoveling.
Yeah,
truly a tragedy.
Shout out to Jeremy Wade for going fishing in the ponds around it. The cooling ponds around Chernobyl with the catfish in them. That was a crazy episode.
Probably some big fucking fish in there.
He got a huge fucking catfish over that thing. I think they might have had 2 jaws too.
I was going to say, kind of new species in that.
Jesus. Don't fillet that puppy up and fry him. Ain't gonna be good eating.
Maybe turn into fucking Spider-Man eating that shit.
But all that I gave a 4.
4, yeah. Honestly, I think it's like as close to a 4.5 out of 5 as I can give it. I think it's 4.5. Mm-hmm. Second, I saw it in theaters. I loved it then, but this time I sat on it more. And obviously, I did a bit of a deep dive into the themes and all that. And like Jacob said, it's so much to chew on. It's such a delicious like treat for people who love to chew on the ephemera of a movie. You know, like the analysis, the plots, the themes. But the thing that really stuck with me is just how biting the criticism is and how much it made me think of what I did, my own actions during the COVID-19 pandemic, my own politics in its own right. And, like it kind of just sits with me differently now. And, yeah, I loved it. I loved it. So great stuff by Mr. Astor and from the whole crew all the way down to the production guys. So well done. We have a new month coming up here. Next episode will be in the new year. So we're going to have a new movie theme month for the month of January. Jacob, you are picking the theme and the movie. So for January 2026, when we talk to you next year, what do we got? What's the theme for the month and then the film?
I was thinking the Wemby theme, since he came back and was throttling the Thunder, and even though he's on a minutes restrict, we haven't really seen the crazy Wemby stat lines recently. He was making a lot of noise coming back, so I was just thinking, and we love alien movies. Cody's like, I've seen every movie ever, but there's a lot to I looked up the genre just to make sure there'd be a million. I knew there'd be a million. I was like, oh, we have so much, so we can rewatch. It's probably some even watched more than once, hopefully, but we'll see. Arrival, that's the movie we're thinking to start with. Kind of a different. I watched it, but I'd like to rewatch it because honestly, I don't remember that much from it, so it'll be a good watch. But I just remember it as more of like a slow, smart type alien movie where you're trying to communicate more with them and stuff like that. It's not like a world's ending immediately type scenario. You're trying to figure it out and why the aliens are there, which is kind of a fun twist, because that's how you hope it would go too. That's for sure.
Well, it gets dicey there, and
Yeah,
it gets a little at times. But yeah, you're right. You definitely don't want an Independence Day scenario.
No.
Yeah. So let's just call this month Alien Month because it's about Wemby and he is an alien. Aliens are here. They are playing in the NBA. So yeah, Alien Month / Wemby Month, and the first movie is, I believe, Denis Villeneuve's 2017 Arrival, starring Amy Adams and
Is it
that
Hunter in
guy
it?
from Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
So one of the best, I think, sci-fi movies ever made, and something that really sticks with me again. And I could watch Denis Villeneuve film paint dry and probably say it's a masterpiece. So, Steve, any thoughts? Wemby Alien Month / Arrival?
Shout out to the fucking aliens. I mean,
Please be
I don't know
nice.
anything about it. I don't know anything about Arrival. I'm excited to see it. I mean, the way you guys described it sounds like it's going to be a really good movie. So
I think you might hate it. I don't know. Something about you makes me think you're gonna hate it.
I think that you're basing your thoughts on my intelligence level.
It's either it could be a 2 or a 4 out of 5. We'll see next episode. It's gonna be
Yeah, this isn't Aliens. This isn't James Cameron. Like, there's bugs on the wall, and these fucking jacked up Marines are gonna kill them on this planet with guns. No, this ain't it. This is like, let's talk to the aliens, or actually, let's hand signal to the aliens, and let's figure out why they came. But then it goes in a different direction. It's pretty cool. Great stuff. Good stuff, guys. Celtics play tonight. They actually tipped off 10 minutes ago against the Trailblazers. So we're going to go watch that, and we'll have more for you in the new year. Until then, best wishes, good luck, happy new year, happy holidays, health and wealth, specifically to our guy, Jason Tatum, and the rest of the Celtics. Love you guys. Bye.
You guys-
Oh, also go Pats, AFC
Go
East
Pats.
champions.
Just fucking
Sorry,
go.
Steve's uncle. We didn't talk about them destroying the Jets today, like 56 to nothing. Didn't really think it needed to be
what's there
mentioned.
to talk about? The Jets.
Yeah, Drake May's going to win the MVP, and the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. Things are just back to normal for the NFL. The Patriots are dominant, winning the AFC East, destroying the Jets. Going to have the MVP as the quarterback. Like, we're going to, things are just, it's another day in New England.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. Go Pats, go C's.
No better, JT.
Happy New Year's. Bye.